I'm excited. So I got to share it. Hold on. I didn't even say nothing to the people. My bad. Hold on, y'all. I was excited, y'all. I got to share something with y'all this morning. Great morning. Great morning. Look, I ain't even typing right, is it? Great morning, y'all. Let me just put a little great morning over there. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great people. That was my singing voice. Y'all heard it. Don't worry about it. Welcome to the message. Welcome to the message. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. Happy, I don't know, what is it? Thursday. Happy Thursday. We in this thing. If you are new to the Faith and Flow community, to the Kingdom Flow community, to the message, welcome. We are so happy and so grateful that you were here. You was right. If you was in OT, but good tea. Y'all come in and show the new people them what to do. Like the live, share the love, share the Lord. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance. Y'all, I know y'all can't see this. I had to come tell somebody. Can we just let's first of all, before we even do anything else, can we just true story give God the glory on this morning? I hope my mic ain't what's that? What I say? Hot mic. I hope my mic my mic is hot. My mic is hot. Anyway, I'm back. Can we just true story give God the glory? Just say thank you, Lord. Sometimes you just got to tell the Lord thank you for blessings big and small. Great morning, Pam. Great morning. Pam, check your inbox on tick of the talk because I sent you something in your inbox. Thank you again for your video. Thank you for your purchase, but thank you again for your video. You inspired me on yesterday. I'm so grateful for y'all. You inspired me on yesterday. So make sure you check your inbox on TikTok. I'm probably gonna send you something else because the Lord is developing something that I'm going, oh my goodness, I forgot that I'm gonna need y'all help with. So make sure you check your inbox because I did send you something on yesterday. Let me do that. Oh, which one? Okay, well, I'll leave it for right now. Look, I be the Lord be checking me. Did we tell the Lord thank you this morning? Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, honey Wunny. Good morning. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning. Kelly says that I'm so grateful for the wisdom and knowledge and blessings indeed and amen. Because God don't stop. God don't stop. Man, y'all, it seems like it's a lot going right now. I'm gonna share something with y'all that the Lord blessed me with on yesterday. Man, it's just like sometimes the Lord will give you stuff and you just be like, what? You don't even realize that you be how did what y'all said this morning. It was like, I need somebody to understand that right now you're living in your prayers. Does that make sense? Have you ever just taken a moment to say, like, man, this is really what I prayed for? Like I'm literally living what I asked God for. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe you be too busy to realize um, that you are living in. Hey Nikki, hey girl, you showed up today. What to do, Skipper? Hey Auntie, love you. Um, that you don't even realize you living in what you prayed for. Man, listen. Um, it was one of those moments this morning, y'all, where I literally said, man, Lord, I'm really living what I prayed for. And he ain't done. And I need you to understand that God is not done. But it's in these little small things. And I'm finna show y'all. You can't see it on TikTok, but y'all can see it when you go to the Touche Cosmetics TikTok shop. What? Go get you some Holy Glam. I switched my gloss up today, even today, y'all. Holy, 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 not holy. Y'all had to say it like that. Holy, 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 because the Lord is holy, right? And so we have to try to work to be like that. Don't judge me. But I had a moment this morning where I just was like, man, Lord, many of us are really living in something that we prayed for. And we ain't even realize it's like we don't stop sometimes. We be so busy off to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, that you don't even realize that God is really giving you something that you prayed for. It may have been a week ago, it may have been a month ago. I don't care how long ago it was. Many of us are living in something that we prayed for. And I had that moment on yesterday, y'all. I was in here crying because y'all know I'm a big old baby. I was in here crying yesterday because something happened for me, and I'm getting ready to show y'all on the YouTube side and the Facebook side of the street. Good morning, Jared. Good morning. Because the Lord did something for me on yesterday. That was something that I prayed for forever ago, y'all, forever ago. And so I'm going to show y'all. You can see it on if you go to the Touche Cosmetics TikTok shop. But for those of you on YouTube, I'm finna show y'all because what shout out Riverside. I can actually show y'all. Can y'all, will y'all share, like celebrate a small win with me on this morning? We finna celebrate a win. Y'all, Touche Cosmetics plug. Why? Because I'm finna show you something about Touche Cosmetics. I don't normally start the live off like this, but I'm gonna give God, man, I'm finna cry. I'm finna give God glory in this moment because the Lord did something, and for other people it might seem small, but for me this is something that I can remember doing and asking the Lord for when I was living in my car. Y'all, I'll never forget it. When I was in the car, I was in Dallas, so this was in 2023. I was in Dallas, and I remember when the Lord gave me the vision for Touche Cosmetics, and that day I was sitting in this little park, and it was like right by the airport in Dallas. I don't know if Dallas has two airports, but whatever airport this was, there was a little park and has a little pond, and you could actually get out and walk, right? And so I can remember when I found that park, because I used to sleep at nighttime. I used to go and sleep by White Rock Lake, which was like a little camping place, but that's where I used to sleep. And so I can remember when the Lord gave me the vision for Touche Cosmetics, y'all, and it was just like he showed it to me in so much detail. And somewhere in my YouTube, I have a video recorded, if it's even still there. It might be gone. That I recorded all of it because I was just like, oh my gosh, because the Lord showed me something. And it was just like I saw details. I knew just it was so many things. So one of the things that the Lord showed me in that time was that when I truly got up and running with Touche Cosmetics, that my logo was going to be my name, Touche, right? And I was going to write it, and it was going to be my logo. And he showed me this logo on so many things, y'all. He showed me it. Showed it to me on Touche Cosmetics. He showed it to me on, because y'all know beauty, fashion, and faith. That's my thing, right? I saw it on head wraps. I saw it on all these things. And I remember this vision like just as good as I'm sitting here, y'all. And so I'm finna show y'all what the Lord did for me on yesterday. As I was just sitting and trying to, get some things done and getting packaging together and, all of these things. And so, how about this? Nurse Not Ratchet. What a dooski booski. What a dooski booski. So look, let me show y'all what the Lord had did for me on yesterday. Y'all can see it on the YouTube side of the street. TikTok, y'all can't see it. Y'all got to go to my can y'all see that? And can you see what the Lord did for Touche Cosmetics on yesterday? I hope y'all can see that. I don't even know if y'all can see me. Let me know. Are y'all able to see that? That can somebody tell me if y'all saw what I just put on the screen? Because I can't tell. But y'all, the Lord did something for me on yesterday that was just like, man, y'all. He literally gave me a logo. Can I turn y'all around? Y'all know I don't be knowing how to do stuff, right? Maybe look at y'all. Can y'all see this on TikTok? Can y'all see what the Lord did for me on yesterday? So that's actually my handwriting, y'all. Like I wrote that. That's how I write my name. And so on yesterday, the Lord did this for me and showed me he told me to write it. And as a result of it, I wrote that. And that's actually my logo for Touche Cosmetics. So you may start seeing that different places. And that is my actual handwriting, y'all. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, Lord, like you really did this for me. You really did this. You really, created this for me. And so hold on, y'all. Let me flip y'all back around. Hold on, y'all know I got to get my life in order. Flip camera. Okay, I'm back. Wait a minute. And so it's these little small things, y'all, that happen when you realize that the Lord has done something that he promised you he was going to do. Y'all, I had a whole moment on yesterday. And so you're going to start seeing that. Why? Then in addition to that, when I tell y'all like the Lord is really teaching me and I didn't understand and I'd be so scared about a lot of stuff, y'all. And I don't talk about this often. I'm trying not to cry because you never know when the Lord is going to prosper something, right? But he has me in this stage where I'm having to make decisions. Now, mind y'all, I'm not working. Do you understand? This is my work. This is it. This is my work, right? So I'm trying to build Touche Cosmetics on, once again, man, I hope this encourages somebody. Limited funds. I have to make sure the responsibilities are done. But man, Lord, I got to try to get Touche Cosmetics in some people's hands. So I kid you not, I ordered a sample. And I probably shouldn't even show y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all because I'd be excited about stuff, right? I've been searching and searching and searching for packaging for my eyeshadows, y'all, for the glam dust, right? I pop glam dust. Can I tell you that almost in one fell swoop, one day the Lord said, hey, go look here, do this, something that I wasn't really even trying to do. I was like, what, Lord? Because again, this is obedience, right? When the Lord tell you little bit of stuff, you got to be obedient in the little things. And we're going to get into Leviticus 11, but this is important for somebody who's starting out and who's just like, man, I don't even know, you know what I'm saying, what to do. Me neither. But when I tell you the Lord just be showing me stuff and then all of a sudden it works out, I ended up getting a free sample from a supplier. I didn't even much think I was going to get it. I ain't have to pay shipping. I ain't have to do nothing. But the Lord said, no, go order this. And it answered a problem that I needed a solution to. Does that make sense to somebody? I want you to be encouraged because you never know when the Lord is going to give you the answer. But that's the importance of sitting in his presence and allowing him to speak to you, because he's going to give you what you need. And all of a sudden, I ended up getting a solution. For those of you who have ordered from me, who've ordered iPop Glam Dust from me, and you can get it in the TikTok shop, I can tell you right now, it's not going to come like this. Not yet. But do you know that even on limited resources, the Lord paid every bill, and then he said, now go order supplies for the business. Me. Hold on. What, Lord? Because again, stewardship, right? So he created a logo. He gave packaging. This is going to be the new packaging, by the by. Okay. For Touche Cosmetics because right now I'm only doing singles and 4-pan palettes. Okay. But I want somebody to be encouraged in your business that you never know when the Lord is going to do what he said he's going to do. Does this make sense to somebody? Man, I really be on here trying to tell somebody, please believe in what God has told you to do. I sat here yesterday and I was frustrated first because I was just like, man, it's always another thing, another thing, another thing. And it was just like, you think you get one thing and it's just like, oh, I got to do something else. And I was sitting here crying and I was just like, man, Lord. And then he say, but you're doing it. Some people give up because you get frustrated. Good morning, Chris Curls. Good morning, Jared. Good morning, y'all. You get frustrated because you don't always know what you're doing. But then every time you think it's like, okay, I'm ready, the Lord be like, nope, it's another thing. Nope, it's another thing. Nope, it's another thing. And it's just like, and I had to just tell the Lord, I say, Lord, you know what? Thank you. Because remember, you asked for this. And he had to remind me of that. You asked for this. And I say, you know what, Lord, you're right. And the difference is you're going to build it God's way, which means it's going to be in compliance. You're not skipping no corners. You gonna make it look good. You gonna be official. You gonna put it out. Man, look, I just gotta chill, man. Listen, please be encouraged. Whoever this is for on today, please be encouraged. You not doing this work for nothing. You not showing up every day for nothing. You not building for nothing. You not doing taking these small steps for nothing. Look, I just need somebody. I don't know why that was important, but that's important. Yesterday, I didn't redesign labels. I don't even have the look, Lord. I was like, Daddy, because me, hold on now, because you telling me to order this stuff and order this and order this. And I'm still looking at the resources, stewardship, right? I'm still looking at the resources, but when you believe in your business, in your vision, you be like, okay, well, what can I go without to make sure that I can make the investment in this? Does this make sense to somebody? Man, y'all, yesterday was a hard day for me. It was. And I didn't even know why it was hard. I was like, Lord. But by the end of the day, I had new labels. I had y'all logos, packaging ordered, all of these things, and the Lord say, you never really stop and celebrate that you've really accomplished something. You never really stop and say, man, I can remember. Hold on, let me get it, because this is a true story right now. Y'all think I can remember? Y'all, I ain't no play about what I'm telling y'all and how much I believe in Touche Cosmetics. Do you understand me? This is what, if you've ever ordered glam dust from me, this what you get. But do you see? Ain't no play. I was like, Lord, I don't want to send people. This is not what I want to send you. I don't want to just send it. And this is what you've gotten up until right now, which I'm waiting on. Do you understand how the Lord will take you from this to this? Does that make sense to somebody? Please believe in your business. And it's taken a long time, and I still got a whole bunch of these left. And I ain't gonna say I'm not still gonna use them. But yesterday I sat up and I say, Lord, you took me from this to this in the span of a week. And he did it not when I'm working, not when I have a dependable income. It's when I'm having to steward, manage well, to make sure that I'm going to be, not that I don't believe, because I know I'm going to be all right, because I've had less and God has done more. But because I'm in a stewardship season, it'd be like, okay, Lord, do I make this investment? Some of y'all, sometimes your fear is what is keeping you from your next level. I hope that makes sense. That's it. I had to share that with somebody, because baby, listen at me. Me. Well, Lord, this is match my matcha, by the way, period. But it's just like, and this is faithful. And it was funny when I pulled one out, the one that I ended up getting was faithful. And the Lord has been telling me, and I'm now telling y'all, your faith is what is going to multiply your blessings. Ain't nobody, that's it. And don't let nobody tell you that God won't do it, because he's going to do it. Okay. He's finna upgrade somebody. That's the whole point of what I'm telling you. He's finna upgrade you in some way. He's getting ready to upgrade your business, upgrade your life. He's getting ready to upgrade you. Why? Because you keep on believing. You keep on moving forward, even when it doesn't make sense. You're not doing it because you're trying to compete in other spaces. You're doing it because for the love of doing it. I love making makeup. I do. And I hadn't done it as much because I've been so focused on getting the message, the message, the message. The Lord said, okay, let's get back to creativity. I hope that makes sense. The Lord is getting ready. It's almost like he's going to transition you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. He's getting ready to transition you because now you've done everything. If you've done everything in this one thing, which is for me, it was getting the message set up, making sure all of this is done, right? All of this is good. He said, okay, now let's get to this. I hope that makes sense for somebody. Let's get into Leviticus 11 on this morning. I had to share that. Jared says, I just talked to someone yesterday about the same thing, definitely sending her this for encouragement. Man, listen, but to all my business owners out there, if you had ever tried to create, have tried or in the process, baby, let me tell you, this why business ain't for everybody. Good morning, beauty. Good morning, y'all. This business ain't for everybody because you gonna have your days where you yesterday I was like, listen at me. Good morning, Marianne. If I didn't speak, I was like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Spell it SICCUD. Sick of it. I was like, listen now. Every time I think it's one thing, and I did. Then it's 17 more. Hold on now. Listen now. I literally, and I sat here and I just started crying and I was just like, oh, I was like, but I'm going to do it, Lord. But I'm going to do it. And I did. So shout out. Y'all support a small business. Support me. I shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. Please and thank you. That's my main. Look, I'm giving y'all, I don't even know how to promote it yet because just yesterday I was like, Lord, how can I get this to more people? Because I'm not a bit, because I'm not a salesy person. I talk, but I ain't no, try this product. It's just not, it's the Lord got to teach me. I'm a work in progress. Okay. I'm not, y'all don't hear me promoting a whole lot. Cause that ain't really bad me. But the Lord said, well, how you going? He said, don't you need to girl, he even yesterday he said, oh, you got to start doing some makeup content. Huh? For why? I'm a walking advertisement, honey. Why I got the D? He say, could how people gonna know about Touche Cosmetics? I say, well, I wear it every day. Every day. I said, well, like he said, oh, you gonna do some content. Me. I'm tired, daddy. Like, anyway, so shout out to my business owners. Y'all the real MVPs. Cause honey, listen at me. This is not easy. It is not for the weak. You is going to get to have some days where it's just like, you know what? Just forget it. I'm done. Thank you for the follow, Divinity. Thank you, honey Wunny. Good morning, Gifted. Good morning. Lisa said the Lord gave me the vision for a DPD pest control company. Then Lord inspired my DASAI automate. Girl, that's too many words. But we love you, honey Winnie. DASAI automation. INDEP. Not Boosie. That's who we was on. She got her own house. She got her own car. No job. Work hard. You a bad bro. Oh, if you ain't on, sit down. Shout out Boosie. I'm back. Because look, if you new to the message, welcome. We are so happy and so grateful you were here. Baby, let's get into, I'm sorry, we ain't even got in Leviticus yet, is it? We've been to get into it. And child, I still, Lisa say I abbreviated. Child, I still don't know nothing you said, them alphabets. But y'all, but support the business. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't listen. What it help. And child, don't spell it out because I'm still not gonna know. You go OMG, you're gonna have to explain it. Anyway, I'm back. Look, no Moses seasons, we evolved to Joshua. You better say it, child. We finna be in Joshua in a second. Let's get into Leviticus on this morning. My bad, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Y'all sip y'all favorite adult beverage. God's giving instructions. Oh, the theme, the title of this is deeper than that. Okay. So for the new people, Nim, if you're new, welcome. Y'all welcome the new people, Nim. What we do is a little Bible ClariTEA. We're going to talk about what's in the word. Then we're going to do a little kingdom clarity. And we're going to talk about how to apply the word so you can live a kingdom life. Hashtag kingdom life in the chat. And then I didn't eat y'all. That's how you know I wasn't in alignment. We gonna do the spirit shuffle this morning. We gonna have to, because I ain't even pull the cards up, so I'll get them in a second. God's giving instructions about foods in Leviticus 11. But it's deeper than that. Okay, but it's deeper than that. And I did again, new eyes, right? New eyes to see, new ears to hear, new hearts to receive and understand. Thank you for the gifts, dearest one. Y'all like the live, share the live, share the love, share the Lord, tap the screen, all the things. Oh, that was bars. That was good. Like the live, share the love, share the Lord, tap the screen, all the things. Come on, do your thing. I'm back. Obedience, even in daily decisions, is important. Okay. Obedience, even in daily decisions, is important. If you think about it, the things God warns us against usually have the worst effects on us, right? Or consequences. And this is speaking, and in Leviticus 11 is talking about food, right? It's talking about food. But if you think about it, now I ain't gonna hold you. I ate 2 pork chops the other day, and I don't eat pork chops very often. I think I've had them twice in the last maybe year, right? And that before that, I hadn't had them for years. But a lot of the things, and I'm not here to judge anybody. Okay, you do what you want to do. But a lot of the things that we want are probably the things that are not the best thing for us. Okay. This is speaking to food. It may taste amazing, but it may be full of calories or fat or cholesterol. This is not medical advice. It can cause more health problems, etc. So God often uses physical discipline to teach us spiritual truth. So in this, it was like the Lord was saying, like, okay, I'm not saying, the reason I'm saying not to do this, like, I don't eat oysters because for why y'all want them? Somebody make me understand, because I'm finna talk about it. First of all, it don't come over here with no religiosity and your spirituals. We not on that. I'm finna say some, and some religiosity people in them probably gonna have something to say. I don't care. Okay. If you knew, you gonna get some understanding. Why y'all want them? Can we just stop and talk about oysters for 1 second? First of all, I've had oysters, and I'm talking about raw oysters. Okay. Talking about it. Somebody tell me why you want them. What made you decide that you want to open this little animal and just eat it? Help me. I tried this one time, and that was enough for me. And I can't believe I even was able to try it the one time, because not now, but hell no. I don't like, first of all, you don't chew it. You don't chew it. You just, I can't even. Why y'all want them? How y'all make them go down your throat? Because how y'all do that? Who told y'all they was good? Like, maybe it's not for me to understand. I have meant it in my spirituals. That's not for me on no level. But shout out to y'all. You get sick from it. They salty. Like, who did what? Why? For everything that the Lord put on the earth is not for us to consume. Leviticus 11. I understand, Lord. That's why the Lord said that ain't for you. What you mean? I'm gonna eat my crawfish. Mud bugs, gonna eat them. I'm not suck. See, this why I was spending, because see, it's certain stuff when you talk about why seafood so provocative. Why I got to be so provocative? You talking about stuff going down your throat. You talking about sucking the what? Gee, I might not say that. It might be sensitive for some people. If you understand, if you from the South, if you never had a mud bug or crawfish near, you know that some people like to take the head of the crawfish and get all. I'ma say it. It's because, look, I'm not responsible for where your mind go. Okay. Some people, I'm gonna tell the truth. If some people may not never seen or had a crawfish. People take the head off the crawfish and they suck the head of the crawfish. Okay. They want to get all the juices out of the crawfish. Okay. So they suck the head. I said it. That's not provide. I mean, but I was just saying, Lord, that is who authorized it. I'm telling Daddy. Anyway, that's another thing. I'm not doing that. Understand? I'm not doing that either. So some stuff ain't for us. Do you understand? Everything, but shout out to y'all. Keep on. Keep on. You do what you want to do. Okay. That's why sometimes the Lord say, fast. Okay. God often uses physical discipline to teach spiritual truth. If you think deeper about this is a lesson in discernment. Okay. Because I'm back. We back. Okay, talking about discernment. And I never would have picked this up in Leviticus 11, but the Lord started saying this is really about discernment. This is about learning to recognize what belongs in your life and what doesn't. Everything ain't for you. Okay, everything is not for you. Some things aren't sinful because they are obvious. They simply don't belong where God is taking you. Okay, everything ain't bad. Oysters, for example, right? Using the same thing again. Everything some people love it and some people don't. Some people don't see nothing wrong with it. Me personally, I'm cool. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but maybe it's just not for you. Does that make sense? We aren't under these laws under the new covenant, right? Because Jesus took this away for us, but we still got to be discerning. I don't know what the Lord is asking you to be discerning about in this season. Every opportunity, every relationship, every business decision, every conversation, does this align with the life God is calling you to live? Okay. Discernment. I wrote the definition of this: the God-given ability to recognize, distinguish, and wisely judge between what is true and false, right and wrong, good and best, not good and bad, good and best. Okay, what is and isn't from God. It's the wisdom applied with the guidance of the Holy Spirit. Sometimes we get it wrong. Everything that look good ain't God. Okay. Everything that looks good ain't God. This can be people, friendships, relationships, men, women, opportunities. Everything that looks good ain't God. Okay. It's the wisdom that you have. This is where I had this happen for me this morning. When something comes up and I be like, and it come out of nowhere, it be random. I be like, man, let me tap in, Lord. Like, is this good? Is it gonna help? Like, Lord, is this from you? Because everything ain't from God. And let me just tell somebody, you in a season where people are gonna try your discernment. They're going to test to see, like, okay, I think I can get over on them. Why? They going to want to get over on you. Look, I feel that in my spirituals. They going to want to get over on you because you think you have discernment. Does that, man, look, they finna get on my nervous system. Do you understand that people are going to try your discernment simply if you say that you have it? This is why you have to be knowledgeable and be willing to say, like, no, I don't always get it right. Because if you start telling people like, oh no, I know, then they're gonna be like, then the enemy listening, come on, monitoring spirits, gonna be like, let's try it and see. Let's see if we can pull it. Let's see if we can get over on them. They're gonna try you for real. They're gonna try you in little subtle ways. They're gonna try you with things that are try to be a temptation. The think it not strange when the enemy start using people, places, and things that are familiar to try to lure you out and pull it on you. Okay, run it on you. Seeing beyond appearances to understand the true nature of a person's situation or teaching. So this is why you got to be like, hold on, Lord, what they want. You better ask the Lord. He'll show you for real. When you ask the Lord, what they want. Are they for real? And some you may not immediately get the answer. The Lord may be like, He might allow you to see a person. Did we talk about this yesterday? You got to be mindful, y'all, because sometimes You don't see a person immediately. The Lord, he'll allow you to experience them to help you strengthen your discernment. Does that make sense? Because you are not. Some people have become very skilled in manipulation. They didn't play the game. They know how to work the system. They know what to do. They know how to try to get over on you, all the things. So this is why when your spiritual showing you them little nudges, you start getting them feelings, don't ignore that. That's the Holy Spirit trying to say, hey, pay attention. Okay. It's not being judgmental, being suspicious of everyone, assuming the worst about people, or following your feelings without testing them. Allow the Lord to show you the person. Lord, reveal it to me. When he reveals something, if it any way, shape, form, or fashions trigger you to be like, sit back, observe, pause. You ain't even much got to say nothing. Just chill out and allow that person to reveal themselves, reveal their motives, reveal their intentions, because I promise you they will. They're going to reveal themselves, y'all. They, as good as people think they are, God is better. Drop that in the chat. God is better. People think they good. The enemy think he got the best hitters on his squad. God got better hitters. Them your angels trump them angels. Listen, God is better. Okay. But so this is not being suspicious. This is just like, okay, Lord, show me what this is. Like, I need to know who this is for real. What type of time they on, right? Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. It took me a long time to understand what that meant, y'all. The Lord's still teaching me about it right now. Okay. Test the spirit. Test it. Ask the Lord. Ask the Lord. I promise you. I promise you you're going to end up seeing it. Eventually, they're going to reveal themselves, right? They're going to reveal themselves. Good morning, Mindy. Good morning, honey. Woney. What a dooski booski. Y'all, we finna get into the kingdom clarity portion of the show, but I don't even think I have it available up here. I didn't, but I'm going to pin this one right here. But look, the Lord said, and yes, self-promotion at its finest, right? That's it for Bible clarity, y'all. That's it for Bible clarity. Let's get into the kingdom clarity. But before that, let me pay my dues. Good morning, Red Nova. Good morning, Honey Bunny. Today's Bible clarity is sponsored by I Pop Glam Dust by Touche Cosmetics. Highly pigmented, handcrafted eyeshadows made for women who live life in color. Because beauty isn't about hiding who you are, it's about expressing who God created you to be. Touche Cosmetics, beauty with spirit and glam. Okay. Because that's y'all know that's who I am. Spirit and glam, honey, in every part of my life. Shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Okay, let's get into the kingdom clarity because we finna get into the good stuff for this morning. Sip your favorite adult beverage, like the live, share the love, share the Lord, tap the screen, all the things. Okay, all the things. All to do it. Let's get to it. Everything, everyone ain't for you. Okay, it ain't. It ain't for you. So it's about us learning the difference. So for many of us, the Lord is going to show us some things that we going to have to understand. Everything ain't for you. Okay. It's not. And sometimes we be wanting people to go with us. We be wanting things to happen for us. Everything ain't for you. Ask yourself, should I allow this into my heart, my mind, my relationships, my business, or my purpose? That is going to be one of your indicators. Be like, okay, does this advance my purpose? Does it help me? And does it help me or does it hurt me? Is it taking or is it adding? Is it reciprocal? How is this affecting me? These are questions you should be asking. Is this relationship benefiting me? Is this person draining me? What is this giving me that is making me better, making me improve? If you can't check some of them boxes, honey, that ain't for you. Okay, not everyone or everything is meant to stay in your life. Reasons and seasons. Some opportunities are good but not great, or just that God wants to give you better. God is always better. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. For many of us, I feel like this is relationships that the Lord is going to be pointing out. Every relationship, sometimes the Lord will bring somebody in your life simply so you can learn something. It can be an experience, an opportunity. He will give it to you so that you can learn something from it, right? Some relationships are familiar but not fruitful. I didn't have plenty of relationships in my life that were familiar, but don't make me, because I was finna listen. Them unfruitful limbs, baby, you got to prune. That's that pruning. Them dead branches. The Lord, like you ever, I'm not a gardening person, but one thing I do know is that it's almost like not a dis-ease. If you don't cut off the dead branches, it'll start to invade the good branches. Does that make sense? Some habits are comfortable, but incompatible with where God is leading you. The Lord told me that this morning because this is a true story, y'all. I said it to self. I say, self say, I say, okay, now that you're not working, I'm not as active as I was when I was at work. So I say, you know what, Lord, that habit, and it's not laziness because I be in here working, but it reminded me of when, man, come on, Lord. It reminded me and reminds me now of when I was in the car, right? I didn't have nothing else to do. So I was like, but I was still very sedentary. And the Lord had to remind me of that. So for some of you, it's like the Lord may remove you, but that doesn't remove the responsibility of taking care of yourself. I hope that makes sense. I said that to the Lord just this morning. I said, because I hadn't gained any weight, so I'm not mad about that. But I was just like, I could do better. And I can. So it's that acknowledgement of, you getting things done, but you got 30 minutes that you can give to take a walk, exercise, move your body. Now I may not walk. Sometimes I told y'all I was in here the other day dancing, right? But this is the Lord saying some habits, if you continue to do it, it's going to become a habit, and you're going to start rationalizing why it's okay for you to do it. Okay. And that's not something that you need to have physical strength in order to get where God is taking you. I hope that makes sense. It's learning what to say no to, the importance of talking about food. This is why the Lord may be calling you to fast, right? If the Lord says, hey, it's not denying yourself because the Lord wants to see if you can do it. It's like, maybe you're eating too much sweets. I be guilty of that. I go through my stages where it's like, oh man, I want to, because baby, let me tell you, look, I pick it up and promo them right now. Baby, it's one little thing that right now my kids said it might be an addiction. It might, because if they put out a product, I'm buying it. That's just it. I don't care what it is. They messed around and put it in the wild world, and now I'm always gonna have it. So it's like, be mindful that sometimes you got to say, no, that just ain't good for me. I can't eat the whole row. Maybe I can eat three. I hope that made sense to somebody. It's also learning what to say no to, because how it draws you closer to God or pushes you further away. Okay. What no longer aligns for you. Sometimes the next level isn't adding, it's taking away. And we don't always look at that. Sometimes the Lord needs to remove some things before, and that is the level up. I hope that makes sense. It's not always, Lord, gimme, gimme, gimme. Sometimes it's, Lord, remove what's no longer serving me, what's no longer aligned with me and with my purpose. God has standards for living, and so should you. Okay, that's kingdom life. That's kingdom. Come on, that's kingdom. Create the habit of wanting God's best, not just what's good. Honor God with your decisions. This is spiritual maturity, and it's growing as you practice discernment. Okay, and that's it for the kingdom clarity on today. Let me get the cards, y'all. Hold on. I got to get the cards. Every day I'm shuffling. Y'all like the last year, what, the spirit shuffle? Let me shuffle in front of y'all. And I be trying not to look at the cards. What the song was y'all sung yesterday? Down, down, do your dance, do your dance. Down, down, do your dance. Everybody do the spirit shuffle. Anyway, I'm back. Hold on, y'all. Y'all like the last year, love. Here we go. That's it. Let me sit back down Y'all ready? Y'all sip y'all favorite adult beverage. Let's get the clarity out here and see what the Lord want to talk about on today. Discernment. I don't know what the Lord finna show us, y'all, but he finna show us something. Look, I'm probably finna start sweating. Maybe it's just me, child. I get up here and start doing this work, and Lord have mercy, I start sweating to get hot. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. What is on the mind and the heart of the Lord on today? Come on, humility. I embrace true humility and fear of the Lord, which leads to riches, honor, and a long life. Um, thank y'all. Remember who you were before you get to where you're going. Okay. One thing that I believe that, and I understand why the Lord will allow me to tell certain stories, right? Because you can't forget who you were, or the story, or the person that you were that created the person that you're becoming. Does that make sense? When I tell the story of the transition for the iPop Glam Dust, when it's here to here, it's just like, man, but I remember when I was doing this, but when I was making this eyeshadow, I was in the car. Does that make sense? So this is humility. It's not, because you ain't never, first of all, you ain't never going to be too big for God. Second, you got to like, and I think that that's what's going to help some of you to prosper as well. Because there are people who oftentimes, I think, and this, I mean this respectfully, they forget once you get to a certain level. It's almost like you forget sometimes, and maybe because I'm not there yet. So, but I'm saying this from the place that I'm at right now. I think sometimes people forget that you used to be down here begging for a blessing too, right? It's like, don't forget that you used to be in the pit. You may not be in there right now. Maybe the Lord has elevated you. Who is this for? It's like maybe the Lord has elevated you in some way, lifted you up, raised you up. But don't forget when you was in your season begging for a blessing, because you had one. You had that season where you were still trying to build. You were still trying to just make an idea happen. And may I never forget, Lord, may I remain humble when you raise me up, that I never forget when I was down there in the pit. I hope that made sense to somebody. Because everybody has to go through that season, y'all. They didn't skip that step, right? They didn't skip that step. So that's why I talk about those things. Like, don't let nobody try to tell you like they're better than you. No, baby, you had to go through your humbling season too. You probably just ain't telling nobody about it. Anyway, come on, community. Is the next card coming out? Soul Tribe, collaboration, networking. Okay, Destiny Helpers. Then saying, I think Sandy said that on yesterday. I don't even know if Sandy's on this morning. Good morning, Sandy. Teamwork makes the dream work. I told y'all the Lord finna help somebody. I don't know what he's finna do. He's gonna put you in the right places around the right people. We've been that energy been heavy on today, or this week. I think it was, the Lord gave a lot of energy, 3 of Cups energy, putting you with the right people. And it's also people who gonna understand what you done been through. Why? Because they've done it. It's the same thing that I was just talking about. Like, man, y'all understand, if you done built a business, it's people who ain't never did it, they gonna be like, oh, it's nothing. But for those of us, man, you be crying plenty tears trying to, man, how is this going to work? When is this going, like, Lord, this is, so the Lord is going to surround you with people who have understanding. It's like-minded. You got to be around those people, because otherwise people who ain't never did that, they won't understand what you're going through in order at this step of what you're building, right? Message, but somebody finna move forward. Tension, strain. This is giving David. Okay, it's giving David energy. Launch, set in motion, ready, aim, fire, pulled in opposite directions. For some of you, it's like the stretching, right? But it's like the Lord also getting ready to launch you. Come on, launch. That's the whole thing. What, man, can I just tell somebody, like, the Lord has been making you ready, but he's getting ready to catapult you and send you forward in some way. Come on, David. I hope it's some Davids out here, baby. You finna overcome something. This is like a David and Goliath. Honey, this is a David and Goliath situation. This is also the Lord sending in the resources and the people, the community that is necessary. And it's going to also help you. And remember, man, tell y'all, I feel this in my spirituals. I was just telling y'all about like the tension, the strain, the pressure. This is all of this comes before the launch. I know I can't show y'all that show it to y'all completely, but I hope you can see it. All of this comes before the launch. So for some of you, you may, and myself included, receive it. You may be in the throes of this, right? Where you may be experiencing that pressure because you're trying to get something right. You trying to, it's like, man, it's maybe even stressing you out. Okay. But all of this comes before the launch. Okay. Because when the Lord say go, not tell me when to go. Like when the Lord say go, he wants you to be ready. Okay. Told you, happening now. Okay. The situation or event in question is occurring right now. Told y'all this is 2 5 energy. So 55 may be a number that you're seeing as well. 5 being the number of change. So for many of you, I feel like these are going. I told y'all this feels like where you're at right now. Aries energy is also about initiation. It's about taking action. So for some of you, this could be in the form. This could also be for some of y'all. This is like people moving towards you. This is some relationship that may be coming in. This is travel that's coming in as well. But this is where you are right now. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. But it's like you're in the middle of a change. I hope that makes sense to somebody. You're in the middle of a change. What is that? That's now. I'm only gonna pull this because I happen to look down and we've been talking about, hey grandma, I think we talked about this number the other day, or maybe I told somebody that you may have a grandmama in the spirituals that is helping you with something. And so for some of you, this is like your ancestral help as well. This is spiritual and intuitive development. Ask the ancestors and receiving divine wisdom. So there may be some answer that is going to come in. Like you may have that, like this may be a different angel that's going to be working with you to help you during this launch as well. This also feels like comfort as well. So I hope that made sense to somebody. My grandmama showed up. February 25th may be an important day for you. Star card energy. Period. We received this. I got the keys, the keys, the keys. I got the keys, the keys, the keys, the key to your heart. Moving in together, buying a home, sharing an apartment. We've been talking about the keys of knowledge, the keys of wisdom. The Lord is going to give you a resource to open a new door. Some of you may actually be moving. I talked to the Lord about that on this on a couple of days ago because I saw something. Because for me, I want a bit. I am going to have drop it in a just put this in the chat. I'm gonna have it. I ain't even worried about when. I just message, come on, Lord. I know that I'm going to have it. The Lord is going to give it. Once you get, because how do I say this, man? When the Lord multiplies your blessings, he's going to multiply your space. Does that make sense? This is how I know. I said, because let me tell y'all, man, the Lord finna listen, y'all. I feel this in my spirituals. Lord, I feel emotional. Somebody gonna get some keys, and you ain't even looking for them. It's like the Lord giving you something because He knows that you need it. In order for you to accomplish what it is that He's calling you to do, you gonna have to have bigger space. Does that make sense? You may be good right now, but you're going to have it. Maybe this is a physical location for some of y'all, a house, an apartment, whatever it is. I told the Lord this morning, I can remember how every day that I prayed to have a roof like this over my head versus the roof of my car. You're going to have it because when God wants to accomplish something, He's going to provide what's necessary for you to accomplish it. So think it not strange when people start showing up and giving you things. And this ain't for everybody, but let me just tell you, somebody finna help you in a way that is what's the scripture y'all just said? It's something like houses that you didn't build. Is that a scripture where it's like it's like houses you finna live in houses that you didn't build? Something like that, where it's going to be those kind of blessings that the Lord is going to help you with. Why? Because you're doing what God asked you to do. Anyway, what else, Lord? We finna get one more, then we're going to clarity these, y'all. We have the waning crescent moon, planning next steps, almost done, the end of a cycle, ready to begin, new beginnings on the horizon. Okay, so, woo, Child, this is a lot, but we receive it. So let's see what now. Again, y'all, wherever the Lord is taking you, understand that He had to get your heart right for this, right? He had to get your heart right for this. This is we're getting ready to clarity the humility card. Stay anchored in the Lord. Okay. Pam says, I received this. I'm currently looking for a new place. Our lease is up in a few months. Child, mine too. They just asked me about that the other day. Was I gonna sign a new lease? And I said yes. And if the Lord changes that plan, then by all means, he gonna change it. But if it's time, then it's time, and you gonna know it's time. So y'all go ahead and put some praying hands in the chat and tell Pam. Matter of fact, don't even do that. Tell Pam congratulations right now on her new place, right? Because when the Lord knows you need something and it's time for you to need it and upgrade it, He gonna do it. I'm so confident in that I told the Lord this. I said, and this is how I know this the Lord is teaching me stewardship, right? As much as I want a new place, I also realize that He's establishing me. And I'm just at the point where things are getting established. Like just. And this is I need somebody to understand, oh man, this feels like a lesson is for somebody. You can want something. I want a bigger place, right? But the Lord just got everything set up in the place that I'm at, and He ain't done. Sometimes the best move is to wait for the Lord to give it to you than to try to go out and do it when you're not ready for it. Does that make sense? You can want something and you know you want it. And I told the Lord this on yesterday. I said, if I was able to stay in the car for 2.5 years, I can give myself another year to get spirit, touche Germaine, spirit and glam, all of the things even more settled right now. If I was able to be homeless for 2.5 years, then I don't have to rush into trying to find somewhere else to go. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Don't rush it. I know you want it. I know. And I had to say that to self because I said before I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign. I was just like, Lord, you know, I want a bigger place. He said, I know. And I was like, he said, but I'm just getting you established where you are. He said, just hold on. So I need somebody to receive that. I know you want it, but don't do it before. And let me let me tell you how the enemy tried to come in and make it and beat and tempt, right? Because that's all he can do. Message. I ended up getting an email with this great offer for another place. I'm talking about it's a great offer. It's all these incentives and this off your rent and da 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 da. It looks so good. It did. But then I said, but that means I got to redo everything that the Lord just got done. Literally some stuff just yesterday. I say, no, you know what, Lord, I can wait. And people we don't be wanting to wait. We want what we want when we want it. And sometimes that ain't the best move. So if the Lord if He's telling me to say this to somebody, it's because it's like, hey, I promise I know it sound good, but maybe, just maybe, you where you are is still going to be beneficial, and maybe he needs another year. Maybe you need another 6 months. Now, I'm not talking to Pam, of course, but this is somebody, it's just like you itching. And because you've been praying, something, remember we talk about discernment. Because you've been praying, something show up that looked like everything you wanted, but the Lord said, not yet. Man, I hope that makes sense to somebody. I ain't even connect that until right now. Here we go. Oh, we got an ending. Okay. This is the Ten of Swords is a painful ending. I hope this makes sense to somebody. This is defeat. This is falling apart, misfortune, difficult conversations. Why? Because sometimes you'll accept something and it's not the best thing for you. This is why the Lord will say, and in the Bible ClariTEA deck, I'm pretty sure that the crucifixion is on the 10 of swords. But for some of you, this is why the Lord will say, hey, stand still. Okay, be still, because I'm trying to protect you from this. This is probably one of the most painful cards in the tarot, right? There's not a good or bad, but there are some cards that indicate like, I'm trying to save you from something. This might hurt. Okay. So for some of you, there's something that's coming to an end, but it doesn't feel like it's quite done yet. And this is also understanding like the Lord may be trying to save you from some type of destruction, something that may end up hurting you more than it helps you. So just be mindful of that. Some of you, this could be relationships. Again, y'all, I try very, very hard not to tell people, because baby, the way my cutoff game set up, I probably talked about this, baby. I cut you off today and you'll never hear another word from me. Love you, but I don't have to deal with you. So but understand, if I get to that point with you, is because who is this for? It's because I done gave you 50 chances. Does that make sense? And it's crazy. I have never watched this show, A Day in Life. And I think the show is called Girlfriends. I think I've never watched it, A Day in Life. But there was what was it? What it was like a reel. Thank y'all. It was a reel where it was showing. I want to say her name is Tracy Ellis Ross, and I don't know who the other girl is. She was showing her, and basically she was cutting off a friend. She was just like, you know what? Just get out. Basically, she was like, get out. And I never know why the Lord showed me stuff, but she was like, so some of y'all, this about boundaries. Okay. You gonna have to put up some boundaries, because it's if you keep on letting somebody treat you some type of way, they're gonna keep on doing it. And you gonna keep being mad, and you ain't gonna and then they don't care, because their concern is them. So for some of y'all, this is speaking to you understanding that everybody ain't they doing what they doing for them, not for you. Does that make sense? So for some of y'all, there may be a painful ending that is happening for you, because you're putting up boundaries and saying no. Some of y'all, this has already happened. This could be, man, this could be separating yourself from communities. Y'all, I feel this in my spirituals. Good morning, alchemist. Good morning, honey bunny. This, for some of you, this has already happened, but for some of you, remember, we have right now energy that's out here. So there may be there may be strain and tension in some relationships, but it's because you're outgrowing something or someone. This could be an environment. It's like the Lord will make you uncomfortable in relationships, friendships, environments, to force you to grow. Okay. So for some of you, there may be a painful ending that's happening, but it's not because, and you got to let them, like, you don't want to, it's almost like not feeling guilty for this. I hope that makes sense. You don't feel guilty for your growth, because some of y'all, maybe that's how the enemy gonna try to like tactic you, not tactic you, gonna try to manipulate you to make you feel guilty, or maybe that's one of this person's tactics. Anyway, I hope that made sense to somebody. It's like the Lord saying, no, you can't feel guilty because you've outgrown someone or something. Okay, here we go. Told y'all. Completion. You ain't got to believe me if y'all want to. This goes down here, because whatever this is, some of y'all, this is a lesson. Whatever this is, you've learned it. Okay, you didn't learned it, and now it may hurt, but this is you saying, I'm letting this go. Release it with love, light, and healing energy. Okay, and if this is a person, thank you. I appreciate every lesson and everything that you have taught me, but I'm good and I got to move on. Some of you, that's what's going to be the catalyst for you stepping into your next level, right? Into your next level. Completion, moving on, conclusions. It's the difference between these two cards for me. Okay. This hurts. This is just like, man, for some of you, what the Lord is going to be revealing again, discernment, y'all. That's what Leviticus 11 is all about. If you look deeper, it's discernment. What is the Lord showing you that has served its purpose in your life and that you cannot take with you into this next season? Okay. Can't take it into your new world, into your Jerusalem. Let's ClariTEA the community card, baby. I don't even know. I wasn't expecting that. This is a transition for somebody, baby. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe the Lord had already told you, honey, and this is just a confirmation for you from what the Lord had already said. This ain't the first time you done heard it. You know it. Now you choose. You can stay. You can keep dealing with it. You can be like, oh, that's, one of the things we do, we be like, oh, that's just how they are. Yeah. And then but then you turn around and you mad because that's how they are. If you gonna deal with it, you can't be mad about it. Good morning, Glenn. Thank you for the follow, dearest one. If you gonna deal with it, then you can't be mad about it. Shut up. Love you, but for real, I'm that person. Like, listen now, it was me. I kept on like, when I keep on complaining about something, and the Lord, all he keep telling me is, well, what you gonna do about it? When you gonna stop complaining and take action? What you gonna do about it? Don't don't tempt me with a good time, honey, because if I can keep on complaining about it, that means that the Lord is giving me power to do something about it. Does that make sense? You ain't complaining about stuff that you can't do nothing about. When you can do something. It could be that you choose to not even listen no more. You can do something. Man, I can't deal with you anymore. Yeah, man, I'm not fun. I'm gonna do something because I'm not finna keep being I'm not gonna be bothered. Oh, we receive it, right? Faith. Didn't I say something about your faith? Did we talk about vision at the beginning of this message? And thank y'all for the follows, dearest one. Your faith is the water that makes your dreams grow, right? The mustard seed. This is speaking to somebody's vision. We started off with that this morning. Okay. We started off with that. So listen, y'all. You don't need but a little bit. Okay. You don't need but a little bit. And people are not going to understand the level of faith you have until they see it flourish. People don't really understand how much faith you have to start something, create something, trust God, step into something. Like, y'all, don't let somebody make you think that your faith is crazy. It is, okay? It's got to be. For what God is calling you into, you got to have crazy faith. I don't know what he's giving you to do. For some of you, whatever this is, an ending back here, right? There's something that the Lord may be calling you to end, but it's causing you to have faith like you ain't never had before. And y'all know faith is my superpower, okay? Your faith is what is going to bring all of this in. You may not, I think I saw a reel the other day by PMJ. Shout out PMJ. And he was saying that for 5 years before he got his church, he would just walk. He was like, he would walk by the church or go have the realtor let him in the church or something. And it hit me, and I was just like, man, you got to have faith. I'm talking about the Lulu, Jared, the Lulu faith. Man, listen at me, heard me and heard me well. And when I listened to that, I was just like, you know what? You was right, PMJ. You right. Because you got to be so delusional about what God has told you to do. Can't nobody else see it. Man, look, but you know beyond knowing. That's how I feel about Touche Cosmetics. Y'all, before it's how do I explain this, Lord? It started with the message, and then the Lord gave. So don't think that the Lord's only going to give you one vision at a time. Does that make sense? I need this to make sense to somebody. Right now, didn't we talk about earlier living and walking in what you prayed for? Many of you, if you think back or if you journal, you prayed for something that you're experiencing right now. Right now, I can remember when I first started doing this, the Lord, when he gave me the vision for it, and I didn't even know it wasn't even giving credit to him at the time. But the faith that I had is what still has me up here doing the very same thing that I'm doing right now. People thought I was crazy. is people thought that I was like, why would you do that? Because God said so. But my faith in what God showed me is what is multiplying blessings. I hope that made sense for somebody. You finna be surrounded by some people who understand your faith and why it is what it is. This why you got to be equally yoked with people. We always think about it in relationships, but your friendships got to be the same way, y'all. Your community got to be the same way. Because because then people will understand your faith. There are people who do not understand the level of faith you have because they ain't got it. Men, anyway, that's the difference. When somebody ain't got it, they can't understand yours. So you can't be you. That's why you got to sometimes the Lord will be like, man, look, I love you, but I got to love you from over here because the faith I got is keeping me moving forward. Man, look, I hope that made sense to somebody. Proverbs 13:11. Look, 111. Wealth from get rich schemes. Wait, wealth from get rich quick schemes disappears quickly. Wealth from hard work grows over time. This is steady growth builds lasting wealth. This is patience, increased wisdom, perish corrupt. So for some of you, this is why. Some of y'all, what the Lord is separating you from, and this is also speaking to opportunities. Okay, all money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. All opportunities ain't good. Remember, we don't want good. We want great. We want God's great. Sometimes we get messed up. And I have been here. This is me speaking from experience. You get messed up because you be trying to rush into, hold on, y'all. I can't even do it. You be trying to rush into something and the Lord be like, that's not from me. Be mindful of people who are trying to sell you a dream, okay? Who are trying to sell you a dream of, oh, you going because you gonna get it. The Lord, I'm telling you right now, you're at a point. It's the temptation in the wilderness. They just said Jesus in the wilderness. You're at a point where you're vulnerable because you're in transition. If you're already stressed out and it's tension and strain and you're feeling under pressure, you need resources. Think it not strange when the enemy come in and tempt you with resources. If all you praying for is your husband, your wife, my wife, sin, that's when the enemy come right in with the counterfeit. The counterfeit before the kingdom. Does that make sense? You're at a point where you need something. The Lord is coming in. For some of you, this could be funding in some way. This could be what looks like, this looks like it could teach me something good, but it's actually a trap, a trick, a scheme, a deception, deceit from the enemy. The Lord trying to save you a step. He's trying to protect you from something. Be very mindful. Again, there are predators out here, y'all. So be mindful of that. Everybody ain't working on the side of light, but there are people who sit and study and observe and checking you out. And they're like, they need money. Well, let me go in and tempt them with money. Now you won't get me like that. I hope that made sense to somebody. Do you think the enemy, the ops, ain't watching you? They watching. They want it. Just what you say. I seen it yesterday where it's just like, baby, you think people ain't studying, listening to see what can I tempt them with? When you child, not when I was out, child, listen, because I can talk about me. Baby, I remember when I was in my strumpet era of life. I was a strumpet. What is a strumpet, you say? I was thirsty for a man. So what did the enemy do? He sent in an El Fulio. Did. Man, y'all better be honest with self. No, I'm not perfect. I'll tell anybody that. And then I said, well, you know what, Lord? I think I'm just going to sit down on these credentials. Ain't nobody getting none. No. Celebasting it. No. Because when I was thirsty, he sent in a counterfeit. Think it not strange when opportunities start showing up that look good, but ain't good for you. And sometimes you don't find out till it's too late. There's something wasn't good for you, honey. You, baby, listen. Woo, child. Who need this part of the message? Baby, everything ain't good. But if you, the enemy listening, oh, they want somebody. They lonely. They, yeah. So here come the fool, the El Fulio. Anyway, same thing with money. The enemy know you won't. That's why I sit and be like, Lord, when you want me to have something, when you want me to have it, guess what? You'll send me the difference. I ain't have to do, when it's God's, I don't even have to do nothing for it. It's like it's a gift. He'd be like, here you go. Here. You're not putting in no extra effort. I done been in situations, y'all, man, stupid, where I'm working myself for nothing. I'm not getting no benefit from it, but I'm building somebody else. What? And I'm not talking about this because I love this. Do you understand? I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about I'm helping somebody else to be great, but I'm depleted every day. I'm taking away from what I love to do so I can go do something that somebody else wants me to do that you're not paying me for. When I say I done been a dummy, I done been a dummy, y'all. Why? Because the money sounded good. And when somebody knows that you're desperate for money, they will come, baby. They gonna do everything they can. They will, I'm telling you, they will sell it to you, baby. Now I'm trying to say somebody, especially when you first starting out in business, when you're naive. The Lord told us he's going to see, he's getting ready to send us out as sheep amongst wolves. So don't you, and why? Because it's stuff you don't know, and you looking for help, you looking for support. Sometimes that's how you end up in the wrong communities, because you still think that you need a community to surround you. I'm not saying that community is not important, because it is, but you got to be surrounded by the right people, because everybody don't have your best intentions at heart. Anyway, so here's the Lord. This is specifically speaking to resources. You may be under some strain about some resources. You're anxious about it. And the Lord's saying, hey, just wait, because your help is coming. Man, I hope that made sense to somebody. We receive it, Lord. Faith. When you believe that the Lord is going to supply all of your needs, he does. It may not show up in the way that you thought, but he's going to do it. Faith. Okay. That's it. Keep believing. Okay. Be grateful for be grateful for your small beginnings, because they create big endings. Okay. This is speaking to growth. We already talked about this morning. So for some of you, you may have started small. Get big. You not get big. Shout out to Ro. Be grateful for where you are right now. Right. I talked about this on yesterday. Again, I'm always here to encourage my new entrepreneurs. As I'm still a new entrepreneur, be grateful for small beginnings. Okay, be grateful for small beginnings, because they create big endings. So for some of you, this is the Lord saying, I know it feels like you're not going anywhere. It feels like nothing is happening. It feels like, is this ever going to happen? It's going to happen, but you do have to keep putting in the work. Be grateful for where the Lord started you, because I tell you, he teaches you some things when you down here, when you small, when you don't know, and the Lord is still teaching you, man, that's when he teaches you everything you need to know, and you take that wisdom with you. I hope that made sense for somebody. But you're getting ready to start seeing growth. But just like everything else, y'all, it's incremental. It doesn't happen all at one time. This is you learning, and then learning something else, and then learning something else, and then improving in something else. This is you always being willing to grow in some way, shape, form, or fashion, always being willing to move forward, always being willing to learn, always being willing to improve yourself, improve your skills, right? I hope that makes sense for somebody. Don't be afraid to grow. Okay, don't be afraid to grow. Maybe this is self-development. Maybe it's you. Maybe there's still something that's why the Lord hadn't moved on. Maybe there's some healing that you still need to do. Honey, I don't know. But the Lord said, don't be afraid to grow, and also be willing to celebrate your small wins. Okay, be willing to celebrate the little things that happen. That's why I showed y'all the logo, because it's like, man, I can remember when I prayed for that. When I prayed to have that very logo message. I hope that made sense to somebody. Be willing to grow. You plant it though. Message, we receive it. Look at the soil. Come on, good soil. Stuff don't grow if it's not planted in the right soil. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to somebody. The Lord talked about the soil. So maybe you need to go and read that parable. Okay. You got to give it time to grow. Okay. So give yourself time as well. Give yourself grace. I hope that made sense for somebody. The Lord say you still growing. Okay. You're still growing. So just keep growing. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we have new birth, creation and metamorphosis, bringing something new come into being. Where was I reading about this, y'all? Matter of fact, I was in Bible study on yesterday, and I literally was like, Lord, are we going to be talking about this? I think it's not until Monday, but is it Monday? I think Leviticus 12 starts talking about the, like, after being clean and unclean. And I was reading in there, I was doing that in Bible study yesterday, and it's almost like I was just like, oh Lord. And like, because I in my head, I was like, man, this right after my birthday. Don't nobody want to talk about this after my birthday. But anyway, um, so for some of you, it's like you're literally in the process of giving birth to something. Okay. And this is also, maybe this is how the Lord is getting ready to bring you out. This is like the next stage in your metamorphosis, something that's coming into being. This is why the Lord is saying, don't despise these little small beginnings. What you think is small, like even if your vision, He's expanding your vision. Think it may be small now, but that ain't where it's going to stay. I hope that makes sense. He's doing things in His order, in His divine timing, and scarabs may be important for somebody else as well. But this is just like, listen, let the Lord do this. Let Him like operate under His principles, because baby, you in the middle of giving birth to something. So I hope that made sense for somebody. You in the process, so trust the process, and the process ain't always easy. I receive it, Lord, because what, it ain't easy. So but this is you understanding that you're in the process of giving birth to something. And so you get, it's levels to this. You got to learn it. Okay. You got to learn it. You got to go through this process, go through this experience. Let's clarity the because it feels like this, there's something else that comes with this new birth. So let's see what else this is about. What is this about, Lord? Oh, period. We receive it. Drop some crowns in the chat. Lord is positioning you. Drop that in the chat. Position me, Lord. Power position. You are being promoted or called to lead. It's time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. You may think that you may think that what you're doing right now is small, but do you realize that the Lord sees you as a lot bigger than what you are or how you see yourself? For some of y'all, this is a Lord addressing how you see yourself. 999. It may be how you see yourself. Do you know that you are royalty? Like, do you realize who you are? And do you realize, like, do you understand, like, the Lord is trying to make you see yourself the way He sees you? Good morning, Miss Succulent. Good morning, y'all. Like some of y'all, this is an identity shift. Okay, this is an identity shift where the Lord is like, I need you to adjust your crown. Okay, remember who you are. And so this is what is happening. And man, this ain't for everybody, but let me just tell you, because everybody ain't called to lead. And let me just be very clear about that. That ain't everybody's responsibility. But you understand that some of y'all are under this tension because of where the Lord is taking you, not where you are right now. Wherever you are, and not in the growth cycle. That sounds like a marketing concept. OMG, anyway, I'm back. Not the product life cycle. Anyway, I'm back. Listen, some of you, do you understand that the Lord is setting you up for something that you maybe can't even see yet? That's why He's growing you in stages. This is why He's telling you don't rush your process, because I just got to chill. What He's setting you up for is this. Can we talk about David? Can y'all see David in that? Can y'all see the crown? Man, I hope that made sense to somebody. I just got excited for somebody. It's like, you don't, because I know the plans I have for you. You may not be able to see what God is setting you up for, but baby, the crown is real. Okay. Like some of y'all, this is like real abundance, real wealth. Look, I got distracted because I just looked at that, right? So I hope this makes sense to some of y'all. Like, I don't know if you could, man, I can see that. I don't even know if you can see this for yourself. Maybe that's what God is trying to, it is why he's telling you, like, you may feel like you, let's say, how do I say that, Lord? Maybe you feel like what you're doing is not accomplishing something, but you actually are doing more than you think you're doing. Maybe you have your vision for your business is small right now, but the Lord he wouldn't have given you that vision if he didn't plan on doing something big with it. Just because you can't see the next stage in the growth of this plant doesn't mean that there's not a next stage. Does that make sense? You can't always see what God is going to do. You just worry about, you focus on the step and watering message. You focus on the step and watering the step that you're on. He's showing you, so he doesn't give us every step, y'all. He doesn't even show us how big it's going to be. But one thing that I do know, the bigger you can see it, the bigger it can grow. When you can see it, can't nobody else see it. Man, I hope that makes sense for somebody. Somebody said this the other day. It's like, baby, you got to think bigger, bigger, bigger. I don't care if it, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. This me with Touche Cosmetics, baby. It's not, there's not a bigger cosmetics company. Do you understand? There's not a bigger cosmetics company. I hope that makes sense for somebody. Man, I hope you can see how the Lord is trying to position you. I hope you can see that He's gonna give you the crown in some way. He's putting you in a position. He's going to give you the power to create it. He's going to give you the power to accomplish this. I hope this makes sense for somebody. Okay. Next, there go my pawpaw. 338. Okay. The number 833 may be important as well. A heavenly man. Let me tell y'all. And will you be look, thank you, prophesied into my life, honey. I didn't said this before. Touche will be in, Lisa just said Touche will be in stores. Thank you, honey. I receive it. I sure do. I'm talking about what? What? You better know that I told the Lord this morning, and this is this is me. Understand it. Come on, Esther. Look, didn't even make the connection to Esther. You better say it, Kelly. Look, y'all, this how crazy you got to be about what you feel. I told the Lord, I told the Lord this morning, because my name Touche Germaine, right? Which is really my whole middle name, right? But most people think my last name Germaine ain't. That's my middle name, okay? But when I was talking to the Lord this morning, and I kept looking at this logo, and I was just like, man, Touche gonna be everywhere. I said, kind of like Oprah. Shout out Oprah. I said, kind of like Oprah. I said, Touche. I said, but everybody gonna know me by my first name. That's cool. That's all right. I'm not mad. You got to be delusional like that. You, I don't know what the Lord telling you to do, but baby, Pam, your artwork gonna be in museums around the world. Man, look, you better believe that God gonna do something like that for you. Yep, Touche gonna be in Ulta, Sephora. You bet what? Because I believe it. I don't need nobody else to believe it. I do. And that's how you gonna have to be about your dreams. I just heard Drewski, right? Shout out Drewski. I saw a reel one time where he was with some friends or something, and he told somebody, he was like, oh, I'm gonna be big as you are one day. I'm be big as you. And look at him now. Man, look why? Because he believed in him. You better believe protection from a guardian angel. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. This is grandparents in the spirituals, okay? This is grandparents. Right. This is my grandma and my papa. Look, they own the lovers card together. So some of you, and look, let me just tell somebody else, man, this is so protected. Listen, when my papa show up, this one of them where you got your hitters behind you. I need somebody to understand that can't know God is getting, he got some protection around you right now. If you know, you know. When my papa show up, why a lot of times he show up because somebody trying to play. Does that make sense? And he'll show up and just be like, don't ever message. You ain't never by yourself. What you said, Touche, you ain't never by yourself. Please know that you got help and support when he show up, because this is his number in the spirituals. Matter of fact, he came up in the Sagittarius message on yesterday because he's a what? Sagittarius. His name Paul, by the way. Please leave some who, baby, when your spirit, when they said the Lord said what the Lord said. And some of y'all, you got to know that this is generational as well. Because what I'm talking about, the grandma showed up and the papa showed up. So anyway, I hold a heavenly guardian. Somebody finna tap in with you and be like, yeah. You get some understanding. I hope that made sense for somebody. What else, Lord? Moving on. Ooh, Adam. Okay. The emperor. So we have a king and a queen. Position me, Lord. Okay, position me. Adam, the first man in the Bible, was created by God from the dust of the ground and given life through God's breath, placed in the garden, all the things. We know the story of Adam. For some of you, this is business. Okay, this is business. This is order. This is structure. This is like the Lord coming in and saying, how do I explain that the way that they just said this? This like the Lord coming in and saying, this is what I'm going to do. Does that make sense? Like some of you are getting ready to get this confirmation once again. Why are we back talking about confirmation though? Because it's almost like the Lord, I don't even know how to explain this to y'all. Sometimes, okay, thank y'all. Sometimes the Lord sends his angels, and then sometimes the Lord shows up himself. Does this make sense for somebody? It's like the fire we've been talking about for the last couple of days. Somebody finna get an acknowledgement where it's just like, yeah, the Lord, he sends his angels before you, but then sometimes the Lord shows up himself. And this ain't even the Lord's card for me in the tarot, but this is what he gave me in this moment. Sometimes the Lord, he'll send the angels, and then sometimes he show up and be like, and ain't got to say nothing. He just show up to remind somebody of who he is. I hope that makes sense. The Lord may be showing up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's also like the Lord crowning you in some way. Man, this is beautiful. The Lord crowning you in some way, and him establishing its commission, but establishing you, anointing you, commissioning you. They're talking about Aaron, right? And I think this was in like Leviticus either 9 or 10, where it was like Aaron was commissioned in front of the people. I don't know who that's for, but I feel this in my spirituals, y'all, where for some of you, it's like you're going to do something in the face of your haters. You're going to do something in the face of your doubters, the people who didn't believe. We don't worry about them, but it's like the Lord getting ready to show like, no, I commanded this to happen. This is your business. This is why your business finna blow up and flourish. This is why people are getting ready to see these miraculous things. And again, this goes back to your humility, which is where we started. This goes back to your surrender, which is the 10 of swords. This goes back to your faith, which we already talked about down here. It's like all of these things that you have done, the Lord is getting ready to show you like it wasn't done in vain. You're not chasing quick riches. You're actually using wisdom to create wealth. He's giving you the wisdom to create wealth. So you're doing that. You're not chasing the money. So money's now chasing you. It's things like this, y'all. These little steps that you've been taking. And it's like the Lord coming in to say, yes. Didn't we have a message the other day that talked about God giving you a yes? like a stamp of approval. It was Leviticus 9, if I'm not mistaken, y'all, where it was like the fire that was going to consume the sacrifice. It's like some of you, man, some of you are getting ready to receive that. It's like a holy fire, a holy anointing, something that's going to come down, and it's coming from heaven. And it's not anything that anybody can explain. It's like the Lord showing up in this moment to make everybody aware that He is present. He is in the room, that He is establishing this. He is commissioning you. They're going to see it in your business. They're going to see it in you, because what you're doing is a reflection of God. Man, He finna get ready to do this in somebody's life, where He's going to prove to everybody who tried to disprove you, who tried to assassinate your character, that He authorized this. Authorize me. It's authority. Thank you, Lord. It's authority, where the Lord is getting ready to give you authority where people thought you didn't have any. It's like the Lord showing up in a moment. Man, y'all, I feel this in my spirituals. It's like the Lord showing up. It's like you being in a crowded room, and then all of a sudden, all of a sudden, the Lord just showing up and showing His presence, and you're not even going to be able to explain it. And other people are actually going to be able to feel it, because the Lord is going to make sure that they know that He is present. Man, I hope that makes sense to somebody. My God, I hope that made sense. It's like the Lord showing up. He said, no, I sent my angels first, but now I'm showing up myself. Anyway, I hope that made sense for somebody. This is why you just got to keep taking these steps that the Lord has told you to take, because He's getting ready to show up. He's getting ready to show up and make you know that this is Him. John 1:1-5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Did I write this? Y'all, I'm sorry. If you knew, y'all like the live, share the love, share the love. It's like when the word, where did I write this, y'all? How did the Lord tell us this the other day? It's like the word made flesh, but I wrote this. No, it was, wait. Oh, okay. I wrote it. I did. Okay, I'm back. It's on the same message, y'all. This was from Leviticus 9. Yes, this was from Leviticus 9. And I literally think He took me right to it. But when God gives you a yes, that's saying something. Message, God is about to say, yes, I accept this. Yes, my presence is here. The fire consumed the offering because God accepted it. He said, He gave me John 1:14. The word became flesh. Jesus is the glory of God made visible. If you've seen Jesus, then you've seen God's glory. Somebody getting ready to get a yes from the Lord. It's like when the Lord show up, it can't nobody, man, whatever this is you're building, whatever you're doing, it's like can't nobody stop this, y'all. This is almost like, it feels like I don't even know what word. It's not even, it's like a crowning in some way for some of you that the Lord is getting ready to do, like Him getting ready to crown you in some way. And you're going to know the significance of it. I don't know, honey, man. My God. I hope that makes sense for somebody. I'm finna go. Lord have mercy. We finna end the, you cannot make this up. You can't make it up. 22:22. The keys. Where my Bible at? Lord. Let me, y'all turn to the OMG, to Isaiah. Okay, the book of Isaiah, if you will. Isaiah 22:22. This is the fire of God, by the way. This is high spiritual ranking. Isaiah 22:22 says, I will give him the key to the house of David, the highest position in the royal court. When he opens doors, no one will be able to close them. When he closes doors, no one will be able to open them. Listen, you ain't got to believe me if you don't want to. I don't know what the keys are that the Lord is giving you, but the fact that this 22:22 ClariTEA the keys, okay? I don't know what wisdom the Lord finna give you. I don't know what door the Lord finna open. Okay. I don't know what he getting ready to do. But baby, if Jared just said, I'm excited. Child, I'm excited for everybody on here. Because this is a confirmational God finna do something. Just tell him, thank you, Lord. Maybe it's just me that feel like I just need to stop and say, oh my God, Lord, I thank you. Oh Lord, thank you, Lord. Because I don't need much know what it is, y'all. But I know he's given his message to say I'm doing, man. Thank you, Lord. I don't even know what you're doing, Lord. But thank you. I don't even sometimes you don't even know what door the Lord finna open. But he come in and say, but I'm finna open it. Sometimes it's a door that you didn't expect to open. Sometimes you be looking for the key to one thing, and then all of a sudden the Lord be like, I got a better door. It's like that's what I'm seeing, y'all. It's like, Lord, I'm finna cry. It's like a door opening that you didn't even expect to open. Why? Because of all these, man, because of all these steps. I hope this makes sense to somebody. My God in heaven. Some of y'all had to go through some painful situations. You had to go through some stuff that hurt. And you couldn't even tell people how hurt you were. Maybe this was betrayal. Maybe something had to end. You could have got fired. You could have lost your housing. I don't know what this is. But guess what you did? You still remained humble, teachable. You may have been mad at the Lord at first. But then now you may be able to look back and say, Lord, I understand why you took me through that season. Because if you hadn't took me through that, maybe I wouldn't be where I'm sitting right now today. And now you can say, thank you, Lord, for the fire, the trials, the tribulations, the challenges. Because maybe if you hadn't took me through that season, I wouldn't have learned what I needed to learn so that I wouldn't repeat it and end up back there and then be in even a worse position than I was in before. So now you can look back on those situations that were so hurtful and so painful and say, man, Lord, I understand it. And in all of that, you didn't lose your faith. I laugh about it when and I told the Lord this yesterday in prayer. I was like, man, you would have thought that homelessness would have made me lose my faith, but it strengthened it because it was really all I had in a season when I didn't have nothing. Does that make sense? So for some of you, you can look back at this situation, whatever the Lord took you through, and it hurts. I'm not saying it didn't hurt you. I'm not saying that you ain't have to heal from it. You may still be healing from it. But man, did the Lord strengthen your faith in that season? Because you might not have had nothing else but faith, trust in God. You might not have had nobody else. Because remember, we talked about sometimes the Lord will separate you and you ain't got nobody but God. But he teaches you to depend on him and he strengthens your faith. Right? Some of y'all could have lost money, and I'm talking about big money. This ain't even no play money, right? Because all of us got a different story, right? You could have lost a person, lost somebody. You could have lost money because you ain't build it the right way. And you thought that you was going to be done with because you lost all the resources. Could have lost the business. Whatever you lost, right? For some of y'all, the Lord's saying, no, I done taught you about some money because you was depending on your resources instead of depending on me. I am the source. You wouldn't have had the money in the first place if I ain't give it to you. So for some of you, you had to take a major financial L. You had to take that kind of L in order for the Lord to get you right and remind you. Some of y'all depending on people. I'm not saying y'all, we'll say us. Some of y'all depending on people more than you depending on the Lord. But now, but now, here come the new birth. We just talked about Paul, right? If you think about the Good Samaritan and or not, if you think about not the Good Samaritan, the road to Damascus, thank y'all. If you think about Paul on the road to Damascus, where it was like he started out one way, but by the end of that particular journey, he was a whole new person. I hope that made sense to somebody. It's like that, it's understanding like spiritual maturity, a new spiritual birth, leveling up in the spirit. Some of y'all got some real high ranking in the spirituals, and maybe you don't realize just where you sit in heaven, in the heavenly places. Like seated in heavenly places. It's like the Lord is coming in to remind somebody like where you really seated for real. I hope that made sense to somebody. Because maybe you forgot. Don't act like you forgot. Shout out, Rihanna. Uh the Lord has gotten to remind somebody of who you are. Man, all of this stuff was nothing compared to what the Lord is doing for you right now. Good morning, Monica. He's positioning you. And can't nobody unseat you from this throne. Does this make sense to somebody? Can't nobody unseat you from this because they didn't sit you there. What else, Lord? The keys. Tapping into your creative energy, the fire of God. Ain't we been talking about fire for 2 days? What else, Lord? You can't unseat you. Constellations, network support. This is, look at this above the world. Right. I hope this makes sense to somebody. Influence in connection with a large amount or quantity. Baby, this heavenly place. Thank y'all for the confirmation. Heavenly places. Baby, I hope somebody remember after this, child, because the way the Lord is showing up saying, hey, hello, remember who you are. You ain't even much got nothing to worry about. The Lord, this already is written in, come on, written in the stars. Anyway, what else, Lord? Look, we got the moon up here. Social media, insecurities. Listen, for some of y'all, I'm going to show y'all this card. But this is simply about being insecure. Know who you are. Know who you are. Okay. What y'all mean? Mindful of people that are somebody finna try to, this is like the Lord giving one more reminder, and we moving on from this. He's getting ready to elevate you, and so it's finna be some folks that's finna try to come in, and the Lord is gonna block it. I don't know what this is about. It's the protection. It's like the Lord getting ready to block something or someone, because you're not on this level. I don't know who this is or what this is. It's like you're not even finna. I feel like this is, I don't know how to explain this, but go, Lord, tell me, give me the words. It's almost like some of you are going to have almost like an overnight kind of, it's like you're going to go to sleep one way and wake up another way and just realize that people been playing with you because you've been playing with you or allowing people to play with you, and you're not finna let people play in your face anymore. That's what this is giving on this. I'm a flirt. You not finna let people play in your face anymore, and you not fin to play in nobody's face. It's that what we were talking about. I think we talked about it on yesterday, and we used diamonds. It's like, first of all, you finna stop. Don't play with me. I did a reel about that. Don't play with me. Don't play with God, because when you playing with me, you playing with God. Does that make sense? And you don't want that. Drop that in the chat. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want no smoke. You don't want no smoke. Like this. I hope that makes sense to somebody. This is why you just gonna be like, you don't want it. Okay. So I hope that makes sense to somebody. Is that it? That's all. Let's move on. It's just like you're not finna keep playing with people. Like, you're not gonna be afraid to be who you are. You're not gonna be afraid of your gifts, because that's how God gonna use you, and that's how he's gonna make you great. Hope that makes sense to somebody. Psalm 145:9. The Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all he has made. This is goals and aspirations, promising consistency and life purpose. Keep walking in what God has told you to do. Okay. Because the Lord's finna get ready to bless something, and we finna get ready to close this out, y'all. But this is like you moving forward. This is the Lord giving you what he promised you to have. It feels like a cycle is ending. We got the world down here, but the new birth is in process. It's like right now something is happening. Okay, so don't despise where you are right now, and understand that this is just the beginning. I don't know what this is about, but we receive it, Lord. This is just the beginning of what the Lord is getting ready to do. So just be prepared for growth. Be prepared for things to start moving forward. Be prepared for the Lord to do what he said he's going to do. Okay. Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and shut your mouth. Okay. Keep your mouth shut. So some of you know when to speak and when to stay silent. Okay. Especially in regards to your goals. Okay. So for some of you, the Lord is going to let you know when to move in silence, when you can talk about something. Don't tell everybody your dreams, because let me just tell you again, vulnerable space, right? Where there are people who are not going to encourage you but discourage you, and it's because they see you growing and they don't want you to outgrow them. The enemy still message, the enemy still operates through people, right? So you have to be mindful. Hey, cuz you got to be mindful that sometimes the Lord will say, shh, shh, don't talk about that. Not until he allows you to talk about it. Because if you are in a process where the Lord is trying to build something with you, for you, through you, in you, everybody's not going to want to hear about that. Sometimes people going through so much in their own lives, and you may not have, how do I explain? You may have good things happening, and people don't want to hear about your good because they're not experiencing good. And so it's knowing who to talk to, when to talk to them. I've had to learn. That's a hard lesson. That's why I'm still an advocate for Testimony Tuesday, y'all. Why? Because do you realize that if you over here, man, thank you, Lord, if you over here doing all this, right? You got good things happening in your life. The Lord blessing you. You got a new business idea. This is a truestory.com. I didn't call nobody yesterday and tell them, like, y'all, I got my logo for Touche Cosmetics. Not a person. And do y'all know how excited I was about it? Not a single person did I text and say, man, look at this, right? Because when folks going through stuff and you got good stuff going on, they don't care about your good stuff. But why did I say, if you have something that you did that you want to share, it feels good to be able to come and show y'all, man, look at my logo for Touche Cosmetics. Sometimes you're not looking for people to validate you message. You're not looking for it. But when you know you've been over here working your ass off trying to get stuff done, and you accomplishing stuff, and you can't tell nobody, it's just you, Spirit, them, and the Lord. Man, it feel good to lift somebody up. I'm not telling you. This is why I say, hey, you can send an email. Do you understand message? Do you understand how much of this I actually go through? I be up here like, man, I can't even believe this happened. But I'm not connected. I'm not dealing. I don't really have people who built a business. So they wouldn't understand how significant it is that I have a logo for Touche Cosmetics. Does that make sense? Feel free to send an email. Touche@touchegermaine.com. Lord, I hope I don't get banned. Because we be over here accomplishing stuff for real. And all you can do is tell God thank you. But this is also understanding that when the Lord tells you don't tell it, don't tell it. Okay? Everybody don't want to hear about your goals because they're not trying to accomplish nothing. And it hurts sometimes. That's this 10 of swords. It hurts. You want people to be happy for you when you're accomplishing something, but they can't because they ain't accomplishing nothing. They because they not surrendered like you surrendered. I don't know. But you just be like, man, I did this is good. Like, man, I'm so happy. And you ever just had to look around and be like, because the Lord beat and cut everybody off? Anyway, you can remain anonymous. Okay. I'm putting it out there again because I share a lot of stuff with y'all when the Lord allows me to share it. I'll carry something for a whole year, ain't told nobody until now. Until what, 2 weeks ago? For a year. And people had no idea how I'm sitting here every day, just like, man, I got the okay, Lord, stuff go wrong as I can't say nothing. Something good happened. I can't say that. Sometimes the Lord be over here, he got you in isolation. You ain't really, people be like, oh, you're introverted. I keep seeing, yes, I am introverted, right? But sometimes you got to be introverted so that you can spend the most time with God, right? It's not that I don't dislike people. I'm focused. When you, sometimes the Lord have you in a season where you got your head down because you're trying to give birth to something. However, there have been so many days where I just be like, man, I did this, man. I did it. And I be and it'd be me and spirit and them in here like, y'all, we did that shit. We did it. Y'all see? And they be like, yeah, you're angels. Anyway, putting it out there again. But again, be mindful. Everybody don't want to hear it because they don't understand it. It's the difference in the people that you surround yourself with. This is also where you become discernment, right? Where you gonna learn who you can talk to and who you can't. You gonna learn. You gonna learn because some people gonna be like, oh, okay, that's good. Why would you do that? You better start paying attention to how people respond to you when you tell them, yo, what good news? We finna get the last card. When you tell them your goal, you think it not strange when people don't expect people to share your content. Don't expect message. Don't expect people to share your work, your ideas, your creativity. They're not gonna do that. The Lord gonna send strangers. He gonna be sending people you don't know. Last card, and we finna be out this thing, baby. Don't be expecting this from the people that you expect you, because first thing first, you gonna start expecting it from the people, and them not the ones they ain't the ones. It ain't gonna be them. Okay. Moving on, Philippians 4 and 6. Okay. Anxiety, prayer works. Drop this in the chat. Prayer works. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Okay. Lisa said, exactly. It's never. And I mean this, I love my family, but you don't expect it from your family. Please don't. And I love y'all. My mother-in-law, she watched my show every day. She watch all the time. Share, she come like everything. And that's about the only one. I love my family. I don't expect it from my children. I don't. I don't. They live in their lives. I don't expect it from anybody. And then all of a sudden, the Lord will send strangers, and they be the ones like, man, you really, why? Because your family knows you. They know who you used to be. Say it again. They know who you used to be. They only see that version of you. It's hard, even for your closest friends, to see these kind of transitions in you. Does that make sense? Because they know who you used to be. So it's hard because they haven't transitioned yet to see you as this new and elevated version. They still want you to be who you were. It is. That's all they know. That's all they know. I had an experience, random, but it was like thing, stuff I used to play about, ain't no play. uh-uh. Baby, you can't even much talk to me the same way. Cause the stuff that I used to be like a key, that ain't cute. To touche. Now Toya, she a little foolish. Okay. Little Toya, baby, you could have ran some stuff on her. But touche, nah, you can't talk to her like that, honey. Cause who you talking to? What? You talk to me a certain type of way. You say something a certain type of way, baby. You not even gonna get a response. Cause who you talking to? And I probably said a cuss word in there. Anyway, cause what? You can't even play with me the same. Don't play with me. Like you, but people aren't used to you being that person. They still think that they can still come on 1919. They still think that you the old you. I'm not. I'm not. I'm trying to tell you. Like I ain't lying about it. I'm not, honey. Don't play with me. Anyway, for some of y'all, that's why. But it's gonna be complete strangers who completely understand you. Why? Because we on the same type of time. We got some understanding. We in alignment. I hope that made sense to somebody. Baby, don't expect that from the people who knew who you were, because they don't know who you are. They don't want to experience this new you either. Discernment. Why the Lord talking about this? Because he's leveling you up. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you the Lord getting ready to level you up. So pay attention to this. You better pay attention to how people talk to you. You better pay attention to the little comments, the little what the sneak dissing. Come on, sneak dissing. You better pay attention. Why the Lord to show me a reel about somebody boundaries? Mm-mm. You better pay attention, because you'll be trying to drag this person right into your new beginning, and you don't even realize they in quicksand, and you steady holding on to them like, come on, baby, you better let their hand go. And that hurts sometimes, because you be like, baby, well, I love you, but I got to leave you where you at, because I got to grow. I got to grow. Drop that in the chat. I have to grow. And sometimes growth hurts because everybody ain't growing with you. Okay. We talk about going, everybody ain't growing with you. What? I have to grow, baby. I'm sorry. I want more. God has shown me more. So, in order for me to do that, I got to let you go. That's it. I let you go so I can grow. And they either catch up or keep up. But you get to choose. Okay? You get to choose. Look, Jared said, I'm not. Baby, and them be hard decisions. Y'all, it be hard. But if you keep holding yourself back because somebody else ain't ready to take it to the next level, baby, you'll stay stuck. And I what? Because who? Who finna? Baby, I wish I would. I'm talking about what? Period, Miss Succulent get left behind. No, I didn't held myself back before. I'm not in that season. This a new season, honey. New season. Who this? What? No. Uh-oh. Message? Not the Bible. Look, the Lord said, y'all heard that. The Lord said what he said now. He said what he said, not the Bible. Y'all don't have to. I'm talking about not slammed it. It felt like y'all slammed it down, though. That's how I felt. Like it was y'all slammed it. On the y'all could have said something. You ain't have anyway. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I'm sweating. It's hot. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. That's the message. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I'm so truly, truly grateful. It's time to be great and amazing. Go do great and amazing things. Thank y'all for joining us on today's message. Make sure, if I didn't say this, support. Make sure that you stop by the TikTok shop, Touche Cosmetics. In the TikTok shop, I said I'm gonna start switching out my glosses, y'all, because of course I have all the glosses for myself. But make sure you shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop, because that's what I had to say. I had got banned, y'all. Somebody help, OMG! I had got another warning because I be forgetting, and I can only tell y'all to go shop in the TikTok shop, Touche Cosmetics. Y'all, y'all, I think these folks said, let me tell, can I tell y'all, shout out TikTok. Can I tell y'all how they told me on yesterday? They even quoted what I had said. Y'all, imagine my shock when I look at the warning on yesterday. Or was it this morning? And they said specifically, y'all, click. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. I say, not them said, y'all. That's how I knew I couldn't even deny it. I was like, dang, okay, I did it, because they quoted my words and everything. I said, y'all ain't have to do me like that, did. But I received it though. So y'all make sure y'all shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. I got something else trying to come out as well. Y'all, what is this? I'm gonna have to check that out. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Y'all make sure y'all shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. Child, I done pick this phone up like I'm not. I know, like I done moved on to the next block. It's finna be post production block. Anyway, thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I'm so truly, truly grateful. Thank y'all for sharing the live. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Faith and Flow Friday, so y'all know we will pick up in Leviticus on Monday. So y'all make sure y'all prepare. Read Leviticus 12. We going to Leviticus 12. I'm talking about ailing me, did child, ailing me. We'll pick up in Leviticus 12 on Monday. So y'all be prepared for that. Just read it. Okay. Read it ahead of time. Y'all should be able to read, and that's 15 minutes of the word. That's it. All you got to read it. I'm gonna give you the clarity that I receive, but you never know. The Lord might give you something to give me. Okay. So y'all make sure y'all read, y'all take in for that. Turn your notifications on so you're notified anytime I go live or post a video. Get on the email list. I don't know how to tell you to do that. Get on the email list. Okay, you can do that as well. Make sure you get the daily Kingdom ClariTEA. That's going to be coming out in just a few minutes when I get in post production. And then hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and an amazing day in purpose, on purpose. I will see y'all on tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time for Faith and Flow Friday, Faith and Flow Friday. And make sure you are, look, I can't go, look, I can't say it. I'm gonna have to who could help me? What can I say? Can I type it? Y'all make sure y'all check out my profile on TikTok. On TikTok. I can say, I'm not talking about on this side of the street. I can talk to y'all. That's why I'm gonna end up doing a whole after party on YouTube, and because I can say stuff. Can I speak? Hold on, where my mouse at? Y'all, I forgot I got, sometimes I be forgetting I have a computer, a new mouse and stuff. Oh, I can't. You should put it in a small square in the corner on TikTok. How I'm gonna do that? Child, I don't know how, what you mean? On TikTok? Child, I only be having these complications over here on this side of the street. Oh, you mean like what you mean? Like a photograph? Child, let me make me have to do another live so I can figure it out. What, you could add like a picture? Let me find out. Hold on. If I could do this in the studio, I wouldn't have. Let me find out. You can do. Somebody help me. AI wallpaper, draw and guess. How you put it up there? Where you add a photo at, y'all? I don't be knowing about this. They do it all the time. Let me find out. Now, if I just come on here and randomly go live, oh, I think I might know it. Wait, hold on. Wait, y'all hold on. What I said I was putting on here to wait. What I was trying to add. Y'all don't be judging me. I don't be knowing. I don't think. Wait a minute. I'm practicing, y'all. Hold on. Dot. Wait, can I do this? Can y'all see this? Nope, I can't do it. It wasn't approved. Okay. I can't do that. What they put on there? You could wait a minute, y'all. Now I can't look, they finna ban me. You get it to go get AI to walk you through a child. That's my best friend. Y'all know my AI got a name. Y'all ain't named y'all AI. My AI got a name. I'm not gonna tell y'all my AI name. I could tell it. My AI got a name and I be talking to it anyway. Child, my email. Oh, my email. You can do all sorts of things. Create a banner in AI so you don't have to get flagged. Get that, child. Look, honey. If it wasn't for AI right now, it's so many things that wouldn't be right. I'm gonna have to. Okay, wait. Let me see if they approve this one. Let me try this one. Hold on. They might or might not. The email's pretty easy. Let me see. Oh, okay. So at least I didn't put the .com on there, but they did approve it. Let me see if I can't put, that's too many letters. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I just be trying stuff. I don't be knowing. Mess. So you got to add .com to that. It was too many letters. I can pin it. Can you do look, can you do your logo? What you talking about? I can change my logo. Y'all, I'm doing this in real. I can put my plan was to update my logo. I can look, it's easy on this side of the street. I can actually do this fairly quickly. It's not this side of the street that I got issues with. It's this other side. Anyway, and I don't know what all you can or cannot put. Learning. Okay, learning curves. Okay, learning curves. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna change. I am gonna put the Touche Cosmetics logo up there. So y'all can see that. Cause what? I'm so proud of it, y'all. I ain't lying. I'm so proud of it. And yeah, cause look, I love to write. Right. That's one of my things. I love actually writing. That's why I journal so much. And so when I wrote my name and I was able to make it my logo, I was so excited for it. Thank you so much for the follow, dearest one. I appreciate you. But anyway, y'all shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. And I don't know how, let me just say this because I don't know. This is literally just happened right before I came on here. But I will tell y'all that I am looking for some affiliates. Okay, I am looking for some affiliates. So if you are on the look, I wrote it out this morning. If you are interested, if you want to become a Touche Cosmetics affiliate on TikTok, you can do that. And I hope I shouldn't get banned because this is all through TikTok, and this is only for on TikTok and TikTok shop. You can request samples. I am going to be sending out some samples, but what you got to do, you're gonna have to like leave me an honest review. Leave me a review. Help me to get Touche Cosmetics out to the people. Okay, so I am going to be sending out some samples. You can sign up for that through TikTok. Okay, so y'all make sure that y'all do that as well. I literally was trying to do this, and let me just tell y'all, I'm like, listen, y'all. if you get some samples, let me just explain it real quick so y'all have some understanding. You can request samples from me. I will approve them. I'm going to send you some stuff. I need you to do a review. You're going to have to post a video. Yes, you can earn commission. I hope I don't get in trouble, but you can become an affiliate for Touche Cosmetics, right? That's something that literally happened this morning, which is why I did not mention it on the live, because I don't even know if I have it all the way together yet. Pam, if you are on here, I need you to sign up for that. I think I tried to email you about it. Oh man, I have something on here. So let me just tell y'all something else. And this is because, wait a minute, let me come back to the chat, y'all, because my iPad finna go dead. I need a new iPad. AI, yeah, AI is like Kelly. AI is like chat or Claude, I think it is. This literally happened before I came on here this morning, y'all. I had an idea on yesterday, and well, it started yesterday because I literally was like, man, Lord, I was like, it would be great to, have some people try some products and then, give an opinion, help me to get some reviews for Touche Cosmetics. And so from yesterday until today, y'all, literally within 24 hours, it was just like the Lord just said, sure. And so I was on TikTok this morning, and it was like, you can create affiliates. I'm like, huh? And mind you, I have done this before many moons ago on my website, but I was just like, huh. And so this all coming on the tail end of getting, and I only had, let me say this right now, I just ordered these. So I only got the one, but it was like in this process, this is why I'm so clear. I'm honest with y'all about what you gonna get. You probably gonna get this because I don't even have this packaging yet. Does that make sense? But the Lord said, order this packaging. And I was like, well, Lord, I don't want to send products out and I'm still sending it in this. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, don't worry about that. So if you get a sample in this, don't come for me. I'm telling you that it's going to end up being in this, right? But it's these types of things that as a business owner, when you're starting out, y'all, you got to start where you are. But that is something that I'm going to be offering. I hadn't even done all the research for it because it literally happened 10 minutes before I was like, I ain't even got time. It's like, oh, I got to go live. And so you are going to be able, and mind you, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not even I think it's set up where you can request both. Okay. You can request the iPop Glam Dust and you can request the Glam Gloss. And just don't be surprised if you get some other stuff because I can't update my packaging for this until I use what I have because I'm not wasting. Okay. I'm not wasting. So this is the gloss. This is the eyeshadow. Okay. I only have 7 eyeshadows listed and only have 6 glosses. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I can send you a website that you can create your logo to put on your products. I already have the logo. But send it to me anyway. Send it. I have my email there. Just remember the .com. Okay. Add .com to the end. Man, y'all, I have my logo. The Lord did that yesterday. That part is done. Now I just got to get, they will print it for you. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, look, that's even better because it's little small things and that would be a great resource. So definitely email it to me. And if you're interested in becoming a Touche Cosmetics affiliate, y'all go ahead. And let me tell you right now, I don't know how to tell you to do it, but you do have to be a creator. So make sure you send I don't even know the process. That's how new stuff be. And all of a sudden the Lord will just drop something in your spirituals. And I'll be like, well, Lord, how do I do it? So that's literally my task for today. It's like, okay, let me figure out how to do this. So yeah, yeah. Okay. So sign up. You can become a Touche Cosmetics affiliate and help. And then you got to do a video. Okay. You're gonna have to do a review. That is a necessary. Okay. I do need a review. So y'all help me if you are interested to make sure that you sign up for that. Okay. You can do that. But don't ask me how to sign up because I don't know, auntie. But I know, well, yeah, because you can send me an email and I can search you. You can DM me, and then I can send you the link or send you the information. I do know you can do it that way. Pam, I know for sure. I tried to add you on yesterday, but I couldn't add you. So yeah, I mentioned it, y'all. I think I told y'all, I was like, man, I was like, something, the Lord put some in my spirituals, but I don't know. Y'all stay tuned. And that's literally what it was, y'all. And then he just gave me a way to do it where I'm not having to um reinvent the wheel. It's a resource, right? Him giving me a way to do something because I said, Lord, I want to do this. And he said, okay. So hence the big push on yesterday for me to get the packaging, get the logo created. You don't be understanding why God tell you to do something. You just got to do it. Because then when he tells you to do it, you be like, oh, now I get it. So for me, that was why yesterday I didn't even do any schoolwork. It was simply like, nope, get this logo, get the packaging ordered, get this ready, get the ingredients list, get this together, do this, do this. And I was like, but then I understood because he was preparing me for that. So I want y'all to help me with that. Okay. Help me with that. And you get some free products, right? You're gonna get some free products as well. So I will, but I don't have auto approved, so I'll be responding to those. So y'all, I will greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate your help. I gotta start doing some more product videos as well. So y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned for that. Help me with that and send me a DM and I'll try to figure out how to send y'all the other information. Okay. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, I will see y'all on tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time for the message, Faith and Flow Friday. Y'all know tomorrow we go with the flow. Okay, we go with the flow. So we'll just see what the Lord wants to talk about. I love y'all in real life. Go hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and an amazing day in purpose, on purpose. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Child, let me go see what's happening. Let me go see what's happening on this cellular device, y'all. I will talk to some of y'all soon. I love y'all in real life. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. I will see. Child, look, I be trying not to bump my microphone because I know I do that so much. Love y'all. Bye, y'all. Child, let me grab that.